Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm glad you're here this morning, especially on this Friday. We survived through this stormy week, and we're all glad to be here, I know. Let's take a look at our weather, brought to us by Drew Pollard's company, Gulf Coast Air Conditioning, doing good work for all kind of folks throughout the Bay County area and also up into Washington County. Looking at a high today of 75, a low of 57, and a water temperature jumped up 1 whole degree in all that stormy weather, jumped up a degree, 71.2 now, 71 degrees at the end of the pier. Let's take a look at our river readings. Apalachicola, Bluntstown, is at a 12.8. It's right there on the borderline, and right now it's keeping it level, but I'm sure that that storm went through yesterday. I'll add some to Lake Seminole, and they'll have to open those gates again. But take a look at the Choctawhatchee at Kerryville, and as we said, we knew it was going to do this. It's right now at 8.2 and on the rise, so it's going to be going up all weekend. So just be aware of that if you get on the Choctawhatchee River. Our tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn, looking at Friday, April the 1st. We're still in neap tides, and neap tides today, and basically neap tides tomorrow. Next weekend is going to be very good tides, but we've got to struggle with neap tides. And can you believe it's April the 1st? It's hard to believe. Our wind's going to be north-northwest at 9. Hope it'll calm down a little bit, help us dry out. It's just been a rainy. March has just been a very stormy month, and I think it blew hard in double figures. I could probably prove it by looking on each one of my shows. I think it was double figures just about every day. All right, we came in like a line and left like a line. Let's take a break. We'll be right back. Welcome back. I want to thank Willahema and Edsel Swearingen for that nice note, a card that you sent me. That really meant a lot to me. I appreciate it. I was asking Jeff, this is April 1st. Always been April Fool's Day, and people just don't do it anymore. I just have fond memories back in I guess a lot more innocent days back then. I remember way back in elementary school, you'd say, "Ooh, you got a lizard on your back. You got a lizard," all kind of crazy things. And that, usually to a girl in class that we were good friends, and she'd run around and scream. And we're April Fools. And then even as a teacher, my outdoor classes, I would say they'd come in. I have a very somber look on my face. I said, "Okay, I have accepted a job. I've got a promotion, and this will be my last week at Mosley High School." and April Fools, but I could only do that first and second period. Then they called on, they would tell the other kids. But April Fools to me was a bunch of innocent things. I guess this day and time it does not fit the climate of our society or whatever. But I wish we could still do funny things like that. Okay, let's take a look at our first picture here. This is Jarrell. Jarrell's an avid viewer of Panhandle Outdoors and sends me good pictures. He told me he's going fishing. Remember last week I said I'm going pompano fishing. He caught 2 small pompano. He released a black drum along with a bonnet-headed shark. He kept 4 fish. Next week is breakout time. So here's the 4 fish he kept. That's 2 good meals right there. Good job. Now Jarrell, he's been sending me pictures a while. Here's a picture he sent last year. He's a good fisherman now. I asked him where his favorite fishing spots were. He said between here and Biloxi. I said that's a good answer. Okay. Bart Cowart, along with Alex Drillbit Baxley's help, got a nice gobbler this week. He's happy, isn't he? There's an early morning picture right there. Gloria Turner trove forever today in the bay and ran shoreline. We caught 3 Spanish, other boats not having luck. So that was one of those bad days, but the day before yesterday was really good. Of course, yesterday no one got out. Matt Grantham, Billy Grantham's son, the extra stuff's done whooped up on got him at midday. Now you can do that. That's a great picture there. Good job, Matthew Grantham, Holmes County Turkey Association. Taylor McGuffin was in town. He went with Captain Greg Gladden, and they went sight fishing from his tower, and they had redfish all over the place. He could have caught a lot more. But he did catch some nice redfish with Greg Gladden. And in fact, now all these are different redfish he's caught. Isn't that cool? Caught and released them. I don't know if we kept wanting to eat or not. Here, look at one more here. They had a really good day. The water has just been extremely clear. Okay, I want to show this picture. This is a rose surrounded by all kinds of thorns, or maybe vice versa. On the left, Mandy Miller. So glad to see her. Justin Leake, myself, Matt Smith, and Megan Miller Etheridge. And Mandy Miller, we're at Mandy's house, Mandy Lee Etheridge, Mandy Miller Etheridge, and we got a little top secret project going, and we were meeting on it, and I was just it was so good to see all of them. We just had a great time, but I'll tell you about this project later. You're gonna be excited. Okay, how to do the Spanish. I thought I would share my method of preparing Spanish. I do fillet and skin the fish. I cut the bloodline out. I always remember to cut the bloodline out. I put the fillets in a bowl and cover them with yellow mustard. Okay, this is from Chris Walden. Okay, so yellow mustard, it could be the vinegar and the mustard that takes a lot of the strong fishy taste out. Then fry them in your favorite fish fry mix and enjoy. You don't wash your mustard off. You won't waste it you won't taste it when it's cooked there, okay? So thank you, Chris Walden. That's an interesting way with vinegar and the mustard, that may work good. Thank you, Chris, for sharing that. Taylor McGuffin went turkey hunting the other day, ended up shooting a coyote. But look at this. He said a coyote attacked my decoy at about 100 miles per hour. Maybe not that fast, but I know he was flying. And then he ran at me when he realized it wasn't a real turkey. His day was run by 10 yards away. Shot him at 10 yards. There it is right there. And what happened, he was calling. Okay, look at the decoy. That's just I guess it fooled him, and he attacked it and knocked it over, broke it. I guess it broke it. You don't see that every day out in the woods. Just on the Panama City fishing page, Kevin Julian posted this. Listen to this. They're fishing, and this guy came up in this boat, and started fishing less than 25 feet away. Couldn't even cast anymore. Guess I needed someone to find fish with him. Folks, you just don't do this. You don't go up next to somebody and start fishing next to them. I don't know who these people are that is rude, selfish, and just downright ugly. And you just don't do fishing. Look how big the bay is and all. You just don't do that. But anyway, let's end on something nice. I just thought of something. People who take care of chickens are literally chicken tenders. That'll be a good one for you today. Okay, let's go ahead and take a break, and I'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Glad you're with us. Got all kinds of things going on. We've had a good week here on Panhandle Outdoors. I appreciate the guests we've had. We had the guys on. Don't forget the fishing tournaments tomorrow. Blake and James was here, and we're going to enjoy that. Then we had the carp fishing. I've got a lot of comments too, people carp fishing. And I do want to show you, the other day I talked about last Saturday, I was in the woods, and my goal was to make it to my northeast corner of my property to get to my old stand that people were hunting out of this year. And this is sort of like the end of the rainbow for me on last Saturday. I want to show you, I made it to my stand here. And that was the culmination of about 6 hours worth of work, but I made it there. I know it was in rough shape and all, but it looked beautiful to me when I got there. So that was a good thing. Now, the other thing, I got a call from Michael Harris Tuesday. Well, if you remember, I mentioned a while back, they were going to, the CCA had a $25,000 donation to take some juvenile redfish from the hatchery in Central Florida and bring it up here and release it over in Niceville at Rocky Bayou State Park. And I had planned on going up. It was on my calendar. The release was going to be Tuesday at 12 noon. And I had all kinds of things come up as normal. So I wasn't able to go, but I was interested. I got a call from Michael afternoon and I thought he was doing an April Fool's joke on me. He said they didn't make it up to release. And that morning I'd read about they were on the way to do it. He said they didn't make it up there to release those 10,000 redfish. They released them in St. Joe. I said, what? I thought it was a joke. He said, no. So anyway, I started looking up, doing some research on it. Here it is right here. I'm gonna just read what okay? I'm gonna read what Coastal Conservation said. These beautiful 6-inch redfish from the Duke Energy Mariculture Center are headed up to Niceville, where they will be released today at noon. If you're in the area, then meet us at Fred Gannon Rocky Bayou State Park to help us release them into Choctawhatchee Bay. So boom, okay, here's what, that Mariculture Center down there, they're raising a lot of redfish and restocking. Well, I started checking out. This is a post by Kyler McNabb. They canceled it. This is the email. Okay, here's the email. Due to the safety of the redfish, CCA Florida and the Duke Energy Mariculture Center will not be able to make it to Niceville for the release. The health of the fish is our utmost priority, and as a result of the lengthy journey, the redfish need to be released into the closest waters. And okay, so my understanding, the closest water was St. Joe Bay. That had been only, I cannot give 100% definitive answer on that. I found this very interesting, and obviously what happened when they got them in a truck, and we've been to these releases of the juvenile fish before, they have to really be oxygenated. They got to just keep it going constantly. And you're talking about 10,000. I don't know if they had them all in one truck or what, but obviously something might have gone wrong, some kind of mechanical failure or something. But it was good news, bad news. Bad news for the Choctawhatchee Bay fishermen, good news for the St. Joe Bay fishermen. So anyway, we'll try to find out exactly what happened, because hopefully they saved a lot of them. All right, just wanted to share that with you. And thank Michael Harris for alerting me to that. It was not a joke. All right, April 1st, a couple things to do. Number one, go. just April, you just go. And I just put the word go. Go fishing, go in the woods, go wherever. Just go, because the weather's about to start clearing up, start having some really nice days. Thankfully, we've got a spring storm behind us. Of course, we're going to talk about the Spanish and pompano during the fishing report, but that's the two fish that really, in the surf, that really concentrate on. Whiting will be a good bycatch, redfish will be a good bycatch, but April, the Spanish and pompano will be strong. Number 4, finish the projects. I'm about this close to finishing up mine, so I know some of y'all, I talk to y'all, running y'all all over the place, and you feel the same way. You got to get that done. So April fishing. Number 5, if you probably have some kind of fishing plan to adapt your fishing to whatever the high water or the water level. So you have a high, what I call a high water plan. When, like right now, the rivers are high. And also it gets blown in there a lot of debris and everything. So, springtime fishing is sort of different from any other kind of fishing, because the weather just jumps back and forth. So, adapt your plans, what you can do and all. And it's just, I put stuff on my calendar when I can do things, and all of a sudden the weather has another idea. Number 7, you make sure, I've already done this, your summer schedule. I did this yesterday. I got a call from Lawrence Sledge, and we set up our Red Snapper trip. I've already put it on the calendar, the first Saturday of June the 4th. I'm assuming Red Snapper season is opening on June the 1st. So we are, and if you have any, this is important too, if you have any friends or relatives coming into town and they want to go fishing, I see more and more of that. And hook them up with one of our local fishing guides. We have some outstanding fishing guides. And by the way, any of you fishing guides, you're welcome to come on the show. Just give me a call and we'll schedule you in and talk about what you do and to give you a free day on the show. But anyway, if you have that situation where some folks are coming into town, get hooked up, literally hooked up with one of our fishing guides, and tell them about the people if they're real good fishermen or if they just rookies or whatever, and they can adapt to it. And just so they catch some fish. So go ahead and get your summer plans hooked up as far as what you're going to do, and if you're going to be entertaining some people, maybe what they can do. So I thought that was really important too. Another thing too, I wrote down, and I don't know when it is, get ready for scallop season. How we feel about that. But scallop season, go ahead and make your reservations, or if you got to get a pontoon boat or whatever, go ahead and start looking towards scallop season. And we'll talk about that a lot more. And this one, my last one, stop. I remember at the beginning I said go, now I'm saying stop. Stop and smell the flowers, okay? Stop and this time of the year, just look at the flowers. My yard is just beautiful this time of year because the spring bloom, the azaleas, the dogwood, the graybeard tree, the wisteria. Those are some just beautiful God-given nature right there, and just sort of stop and enjoy it. And I have one little honeysuckle bush left, a Florida honeysuckle. It's a graft from my dad. Got it in the woods like 2 generations ago, just about. He got it as a kid, and he kept grafting it. And it just smells amazingly well. So anyway, those kind of things are important. I'm looking around now for the pickle jar. But anyway, so you go and then you stop, okay? That's what April is about. I think you understand what I'm talking about. My pickle jar's over here. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take a break, get set up, and then we'll do our drawing and also the fishing report. So we'll be right back. Welcome back. Glad you're with us. Now you do know right here. This is the Panhandle Slam, the flounder, redfish, and trout. That's why it's sitting there. It's not done at random. It's done on purpose. Okay. I know most of y'all knew that. Let's take our drawing, our Friday drawing for the $20 gift certificate down to Tarpon Dock. I got some of the nicest emails back from folks that enjoy that. Really nice. This is all the way from Greenhead, Daryl Weeks. Congratulations, Daryl, the big red snapper. And it's going to be good this weekend for the red snapper. All the way from Parker, Sarah Taylor. Daryl Weeks and Sarah Taylor. Congratulations. So, okay, now, let's get ready for a Friday fishing forecast. Hopefully the storm is out of here. And one of the first things I wrote down last night, when I do this, I've talked to people, I look on reports, and then I know what's going on, basically. So I want to just give a shout out to the pier. They're catching Spanish off the pier, but I want to first mention the Navarre Pier. It always happens, forever it's happened this way. They start catching a lot of pompano off the Navarre Pier before they catch them here off the Panama City piers. It's always been that way. I really cannot explain it, but because you think they're going up this way, and in reality they're just sort of, I think it's a little closer and all. But anyway, one day this week, I think Tuesday of this week, they reported 50 pompano off the Navarre Pier right there. Now, let's talk about the Spanish real quick. I've got a report. Let's go to Choctawhatchee Bay, and the Spanish were coming in, and like I say, they'll come in right there at the pass. They don't have many places to come in, but they were catching the Spanish over here at Shalimar. This is Shalimar, right here at Shalimar Bridge. So those Spanish travel. They'll get up in the bay systems, and you catch them in the bay. I'm always talking about fishing off the piers, which you catch more, but you can catch them. You see the route they ran. So that made me, I started thinking, well, I have caught them. I said, okay, let's jump over here to the North Bay. I've caught them off of my dock, and I want to show you how far they come. If they come right into here, so they're coming into here, they go all the way up here under the Hathaway Bridge, come all the way up here in the North Bay. I'll keep everything center. There's the Lynn Haven Bridge, okay? And then I live about right in the center of the screen. I've caught them off my pier. In fact, right there in the center of the screen, that's my pier. I've caught Spanish right there, so you look at here, how far they've traveled. Now, I don't catch them every time I go out there, but I have caught them this time of the year. And back when we did the gill nets and all, when they were legal, we were able to do that then. Also, I want to give a shout out to sheephead has been strong. Again, it's just continued to be strong. Really good sheephead bite off the bridge. The East Point Bridge has been really good with the sheephead, and also the Navarre Pier, they were catching sheephead. Also wrote down St. George Island. I haven't gotten a lot of reports from St. George Island, but it should be really this weekend, starting next week and all, you're going to start seeing a good run down at St. George Island. Cape San Blas, I'm going to check it out as soon as I can get down there and let you know, but the important thing is it should be in. Freshwater, I wrote down 10-pound bass. How many 10-pound bass we see this week? David Rich and 3 or 4 other people had 10-pound bass. I ran into Will Nelson last night, and we were eating at the same place, and he was all excited about his tournament. They have a couple of bass tournaments. He had caught a 6.5 pounder out of the Sandhill Ponds this week. Some brim. Okay, I also wrote out. Bo Rollins also caught. He caught what he called some high water. What we call high water bass. That's when they get up into the sloughs, and if you know how to fish, it's a different technique. And Bo Rollins down at Howard Creek had a good day catching some high water bass. So that's good too. Brim. Okay, I don't have my moon chart with me, but we're going toward the full moon of April, and especially the full moon of May. We always talk about the brim going on bed. They're not as active as this month as will be next month, but they will start bedding, as will the bass. Will have another bedding season too, but the full moon will be very productive, and we're considering, the water level is going to start stabilizing some instead of just fluctuating back and forth. That's going to help a lot. So keep that in mind. Best bet this weekend, okay, I'll go back over it. The pier fishing, just run, Spanish is excellent with gotcha plugs, trolling in St. Andrew Bay. Here's, I'm going to show you again now, right here, right outside, right here, okay, right here in the center of the screen. Okay, right there in the center of the screen, just get in that circle. I talked about this last Friday, in that area right there. But also, they're going to be over here, this is Redfish Point. They come straight in this area, right here in the center of the screen. If you want to get away from the circle, come in that circle and then go back around. Go take a ride at Redfish Point, swing up in there, then swing back in front of the marina, and then troll down Beach Drive. That's a pretty, and then turn back in here, and then come back, make a real big circle. And like I say, if you locate them and all, you go in and start throwing your gotcha plugs. So anyway, it should be a good weekend to go fishing, freshwater and saltwater. And don't forget, you just take the fish you're going to eat and let the rest of them go, or either take them to someone who else, another family might want to eat them and want to share with them. And that's a good way to cook that Spanish mackerel. Thank you, Chris Walden. Wrapped up another week here in Panhandle Outdoors. Couldn't do it without Jeff Peck, Gail Chester, and you, our viewer, and our great sponsors. Thank all of y'all. You have a great weekend. You do something good today, fellow man, and enjoy the great outdoors, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.